Hello and welcome to our next episode of reviews for the season 5 of 100. We just got done watching the third episode, Sleeping Giants. I liked it overall. It was kind of slow. It had a lot of different elements, a lot of characters doing different things, and I think that you kind of felt like it was kind of boring and that it could have been a little bit more interesting. One of the things you said to me at the end that was that you thought that it could have had more killing, which I don't know. I felt like there was a fair bit of killing in this episode. They started off with that trap where that guy didn't outright die, but then Clark sniped one of the people who came looking for him, and then the evil lady, Dioza, something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure how to say her name. They haven't said it too much in the show, if at all. I don't know if any of the characters have referred to her as anything other than Colonel. It seems that she's got some kind of military background, so I think that's why they call her that, or there's some story that they give us to explain that name. But yeah, she kills one of them because apparently she got one of the doctors killed, and I think that was later explained in the episode when they show the captain getting his throat slit. It seems like Shaw betrayed everybody else, all the other crew members, and now he's working with the prisoners. Why that isn't really made clear. I think it's got to do with what was it called?
11, or that thing, or?
Yeah, it was like Order...
Or, I don't know, I think Order 11?
I wrote it down at one point, but yeah, it was Order 11. Apparently the prisoners found out, and then they killed off all the crew members. So whatever it is, it's not good.
For the prisoners.
Probably got to do with killing all the prisoners off at the end of the job, or something along those lines to make it easier to control them, and they all decided to rebel and go back to Earth. Something about weaponizing the cargo. I think that she's not going to want to do that, though, anymore. I mean, the government that jailed her is no longer around. I don't know if you've picked up on this yet. You haven't been like reading the forums and stuff, but she is from before Prime Fire, and so is Shaw. And okay, you picked up on that.
Yeah, because Shaw was like, I haven't had this good of a conversation in 100 years, so it's clear that they were from before that.
Right. I think some people would be a little bit confused if they maybe hadn't like been paying attention to the behind the scenes things. They haven't really explained that quite yet, but I think, you're a smart lady, you can figure that out on your own. I'm sure most people can. But yeah, where was I going with that? I forgot. Was I saying something about Shaw and her? You know anymore? Sorry, you got me up my train of thought.
Well, you were talking about prisoners, Dioza, killing. It was killing.
Okay.
Killing.
Anyways, I liked it. You thought there wasn't enough killing. There's even more later on in the episode. I think Maddie killed some people right before Bellamy went and talked to all the grounders. She saved them from getting killed. I really liked how they seemed to reference the first season a lot in this episode. There was that scene that reminded me of Jasper, where they took that guy kind of like a prisoner, but is more like to lure out the rest of them and to trap them. And then there was when Clark was a prisoner, she wasn't speaking English. That was kind of a lesson that she learned from Lincoln when Lincoln was prisoner. Yep. But Dioza, she saw right through that. She knew exactly what was going on, and I think that she's going to be a pretty interesting threat for Octavia, or whoever else is out there. Maybe a good ally to have on their side. I think that she's coming across pretty evil right now, but that's mostly because Clark just outright killed 4 of her people, without even talking to her. She's just like, oh, we're not friends. So it's hard for her to be friendly back. She definitely has like a good side, because she has Shaw, but then she has McCreary, which is a very psychopathic, creepy character. I like his beanie. I think it's a cool beanie, but you don't like him because he says creepy things, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit gross when he was talking about Clark, but
it's all deliberate to add to his,
Yes.
yeah, the impression that he makes, and I think that it's gonna be a character that might have a little bit more nuance to him, but they may just make him out to be a purely evil dude. But we'll see. Maybe he'll just die in the next few episodes. Maybe he's one of the first ones to go when Octavia shows up. Somehow I doubt it, though.
I don't think so.
I think he'll be around to terrorize the 100 or whatever's left of the 100s for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you were right about Omori and John. I don't know if we talked about this in any of our videos, but you said to me that you felt like Murphy or John was basically ostracized because he didn't do anything useful. He just kind of hung around and was a bit of a mooch, which him and Omori always were before they went up there. And she decided that she actually had to contribute. She had to do more than just, mooch off the rest of the group. Sit around, be useless. And I think that put her on a much better path, or gave her a lot more potential, but it hasn't really worked out, has it? You thought that she isn't confident enough, and that it's kind of frustrating, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard to tell if she would actually be more confident in, like, actually doing the piloting. If she'd done it before, I guess, but I don't know. She just seemed a little bit over worried about that sort of thing.
I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but flying a rocket ship isn't easy. It doesn't sound like
crapping out in the middle of flying the rocket ship is not exactly like great.
Yeah, that's true. You'd hope by now Raven would have taught her how to like stay calm and do all the necessary stuff, but she may not have been the best student. Sounds like she's a bit of an adrenaline junkie, which Raven might be able to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about Murphy sticking around with Raven at the end?
I just think he's dumb. Obviously, he regretted it at the end there, right?
Yeah, but why did he do that? Why would he stick around? Just simply because he thought that it'd be nice for her to have like a friend?
Like he didn't want to have to deal with killing the prisoners and stuff who are down on the earth now. He would rather like come down after that kind of conflict is over.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since he saw a way out, right?
Yeah, part of me is like he just wants to hang out with Raven. He likes Raven.
Well, I think that maybe is part of it, but it seems like he was trying to like be nice to Omori, kind of, but they just have like a tension.
Yeah, maybe he thinks that she wants space and that this is a good way to give them space because they've been stuck on the same boat for a long time, and yeah, that might lead to him and Raven actually having feelings for each other. They're gonna be stuck working together for who knows how long, and maybe even fighting for their lives together. I mean, I think that the whole quarantine on this spaceship isn't going to last very long. I'm pretty sure they're going to wake up some of the people, and that they're going to have to go on the run and hide a little bit. And Raven's going to be very happy that Murphy stayed around.
Yeah.
I did like the line when she told him about there being no escape pod. I did find it quite funny because of the way she just kind of talked to Murphy. It was just like, oh, now you're gonna die with me? That's hilarious. Like, it wasn't like, I only feel bad for you. It's just kind of like, oh, of all the people to be stuck here with me, I guess you're the one I'd choose because you're not a great person, but you're kind of funny, so that's cool. We can hang out and die together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever they do with those two characters. Even if they don't become a couple, I think it's cool just to see those two hang out a little bit more. I really like John. I think he's a funny guy. One of my favorite lines in this episode was between him and Monty, where Monty was calling him useless and he was calling him a coward. I always felt like Monty could have and should have done more for Jasper, and he probably feels the same way. John understands that he feels that way, and he's calling him out on that because he gets that. But it really just shows how close they are, because like most people can't talk that way to somebody without them getting really angry. And they're angry, but they're not really angry. I think in a weird way they actually appreciate that honesty. Like, how many people can you get that kind of honesty from? Only really your closest friends. So I think this is them kind of like showing that John's gonna become like Jasper. He's gonna have a similar relationship to Monty as Monty had with Jasper, a very brotherly type
Yeah.
of bond that is just formed over, you know, really intense experiences together. I don't know if there's much else that I wanted to say here other than I did like that they have a good cop and a bad cop on this on the crew of bad guys, because I feel like it's opening them up to the possibility of becoming good guys, but also maybe they're just bad people and they got to like deal with them in extreme ways. So that's really cool. I think Shaw might become like the new Lincoln at one point, and I'm pretty sure Bellamy is going to become like the new Finn, and that Finn didn't want there to be violence and Lincoln didn't want there to be violence, so they tried to find a way to work together. I'm pretty sure Bellamy is going to be like that because he said something to Echo about, you know, not going to the ground just to simply kill everybody. That is going to be different than it was before, which is very similar to what Finn was saying to Clark in season 1. So that doesn't bode well for Bellamy, but I don't think they're going to kill him because Bellamy's super important to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, he's connected to so many different characters at this point. There's Octavia, and then there's Clark, and then there's all the others. Now Echo, who knows how long she's going to stick around. I think she might die this season, but who knows? She could be around seasons from now.
Possible. Just get rid of another of Bellamy's girlfriends.
He can find another, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had in my notes. Is there anything else that you wanted to add? Cool. Well, I enjoyed doing this, and we'll see you around for next week's episode.